All right, joining me on the telecast is Haji Syed Salman Chishty. Thank you very much. And my question to you, of course, about the sad story, unfortunate that Nimisha Priya has still not gotten a reprieve. Her life hangs in balance. What are your views, and particularly about whether justice is being given to Nimisha? If you can hear me, sir.
Greeting of peace, adab, salam, and lots of blessings and du'as from Ajmer Sharif. We have been following the news which is through the media, which has come to us as well. And of course, Indian diplomatic initiatives have been in place for a while to secure the release of the Indian national in Yemen. And I think it is also to look at the way of compassion. And I think when we talk about the Islamic laws that are placed in Yemen, and of course it gives a fair chance, as well as it has the component of mercy, compassion, as the teachings of Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam is rahmatan lil alameen, mercy upon mankind. So if you look at that through prism, forgiveness is an essential aspect of Islamic values. We hope and pray that the same should be applied to this case. And of course, with all the diplomatic initiatives taken through by the Indian government and the respective humanitarian agencies, we hope that it can secure the release of the Indian national and bring her back home.
Syed Chishty, what are your thoughts on the Sharia law, the Islamic law, the Qisas? Do you think it is too brutal, too cruel, and perhaps does not serve the rightful justice that somebody like Nimisha at this point of time is facing?
When we talk about the Qisas and also Diyah, which also offer an option and also the right to the family who has been involved to take the compensation, which can be provided from the legal point of view. It all depends on how the authorities in Yemen, they look at the perspective and how they implement these initiatives. When we look at the humanitarian perspective, I think the family should pay heed to the value of forgiveness, mercy, and compassion, which is an essential aspect of Islamic spiritual principles. And also, I've read through the news that the appeal has been made with Sheikh Abu Bakr Musliar, who's a very well-respected ulema from Kerala. And I think the collective effort, both from the spiritual and religious perspective, as well as the diplomatic perspective, there should be a breakthrough into this case, and hopefully Nimisha could be back to her home.
I also have to ask you this question about why there is no outrage from a number of Muslim leaders here in India, politicians, Asaduddin Owaisi, the likes of him, who have been very vocal on a number of issues related to Islam, but somehow have lost their voice in the case of Nimisha Priya?
Well, this is the best question to ask to those people who have been observing it, and maybe they are giving some reactions or not. So it's best to ask them. It is an international diplomatic issue. So there have been instances where people from all walks of life have spoken up. There are communities who come together in saving human life. So I think if the same can be applied, a collective consciousness and voice of forgiveness, mercy can be, collectively sent to the family. who have suffered
Right.
the loss of one of their family members.
Yeah.
That can really, maybe they can pay heed to that, as they are also, I believe, practicing Muslims, and they have paid heed to such teachings of Islam. And if in a soft diplomatic outreach that can be conveyed directly to the family, that will also be a way of reconciliation and connecting the hearts.
Do you think the Sharia law is legitimate in any way because of the brutality and cruelty that we are witnessing in the trial of the defendant Nimisha Priya in this case? There have been previous instances where the Houthi government that is not recognized by countries across the globe, barring Iran, that had executed 9 individuals, in fact, who were allegedly involved in the murder of a Houthi military personnel. And as compared to the democracies that function across the globe, including in India, it is only the rarest of the rare cases that merits a death sentence.
Yes, as we talked about when you asked the question about the Sharia law, it also gives an equal opportunity, which I mentioned earlier, that Qisas and Diyah, which means it rests upon the family which have been affected by these issues, and they have the equal right as well to accept the norm of Diyah, which is offering of the blood money, which is a norm in most of the Middle Eastern countries, whether there are some incidents like that. So I believe that 95% of such cases, blood money, Diyah has been accepted by the family, so that the survivors can continue with their life without the issues that comes after losing one's family members or the only earning member. So it gives a balanced approach towards those who have exceeded or those who have committed a crime, and the family that have suffered because of the crime. So at the end of the day, we have to look at crime through the prism of forgiveness, mercy, and compassion. And if that can be conveyed to the family, I think a breakthrough can happen.
A final question before I let you go, about how fair do you think it is to leave such an important, crucial, sensitive decision to the family of the victim, which is obviously aggrieved, which is going to be biased and partial against the defendant? And don't you think an independent, fair, transparent rule of law should be applicable in deciding the fate of the defendant? Again, questions are being raised about whether the circumstances, the trying times that Nimisha faced, that forced her to take such a brutal step, a person who does not have any criminal history in the past was forced to take such a step. Have all these aspects actually been fairly and independently been taken into account before the family even decided to reject the blood money?
We hope that the Yemen authorities and the implementing agencies there, the law enforcement agencies, they have gone through the process. It's been a while that Nimisha has been into the custody. So I'm sure all those details which we are not aware, the procedures of going through the crime scene and all the details, the authorities must have gone through, and to that point that they have come to the reconciliation or the decision with the family point of view. So I'm sure all those, I hope that those procedures are followed, and I'm very hopeful that Indian government has also, and the authorities, the diplomatic initiatives have been part of those process by consulting and giving a fair trial. So I think all the procedures must have been implemented, I hope, and I'm sure the details are with the Indian diplomatic initiatives and efforts as well, officials who have been involved in negotiating. And as I said earlier, that at this point of time we can pray and appeal for the family to reconcile and with the values of forgiveness, mercy and compassion that is integral to Islamic principle of serving mankind.